everybody, how's it going? This is Darrin with GuitarControl.com bringing you this video lesson. And today I've got 3 more Van Halen riffs for you. So these ones aren't too terribly tough to play. Very recognizable, fun riffs to play. So be sure to click on the link in the description for the tabs, and let's get close up and take a look at these. Alright, so the first one we're going to look at is the opening riff from Ain't Talkin' About Love. So for this, he's using like a phaser, and I kind of messed around with like trying to emulate that sound, and I've never really been all great with using effects and stuff, so I just never really kind of got that tone. So I'm just going to show you how to play it, I mean, it sounds good without the phaser too, but if you want to get that sound like he had, you would need to use the phaser. Alright, so for this, we're going to start off with just a regular A minor chord. So, A string is open, I'm on the 2nd fret of the D string with my 2nd finger, 2nd fret of the G string with my 3rd finger, 1st fret of the B string with my 1st finger, and then the high E is open. So this is all heavily palm muted. So we start off, we pick A, D, B, G. And this is just all 8th notes, so like 1 and 2 and. And then on the downbeat of 3, we pick the E string open, and then we're going to take our 1st finger and just bar it so it goes, so we're barring the 1st fret of the B and the high E string. And we're going to pick and, so on the and of 3, we pick the 1st fret of the E string to the 1st fret of the B string to the 2nd fret of the G string. So we're like. Then, on measure 2, we're going to take our 3rd finger and we're just going to bring it up here, and we're going to bar the 3rd fret of the 1st and 2nd string, so the high E and the B string. So that's like 1 and then for downbeat of 2, we're going to take your 2nd finger, we're going to bring it up to the 3rd fret of the low E, and then we're going to roll that up to pick up the 3rd fret of the A string. So this is 2 and 3 and then 1st finger to the 2nd fret of the A string, 4 and. So the 2nd fret to the 3rd fret. So that's the first 2 measures, which is basically the whole thing. So it's like, and then it just repeats. Alright, so next we're going to look at Runnin' with the Devil. So this is like the very intro of the song. So like it starts off, there's like, like sounds like a horn, and then it just goes to the bass just doing that. So what we're going to do is we're going to rest 1, 2, 3, and then on the downbeat of 4, we're going to come up here to the 17th fret, and we're going to pick that and slide out of it, like that. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then on the 2nd measure, starting on the downbeat of 1, put our 1st finger and we're going to bar it so it's going across the 5th fret of the D, G, and B string. And then we're gonna pick that and then move it up to the 7th fret. Now you could go with your 3rd finger or just your 1st finger, and so that's the downbeat of 2, and then that's tied to beat 3, which is well, actually that first one is an 8th note, so it's like 1 and 2, 3 and then for 2 16th notes of the and of 4, with my 1st finger still here, I'm just going to take my other fingers and just lay them across the strings. So that way I can just get this quick. We don't want to press, you just want to touch, so you get that kind of percussive. that percussive sound. It's like, and then on the next measure, we start off, we're still barring here at the 7th fret on the D, G, and B string, and we're going to pick that, and then we're going to hammer down our 2nd finger onto the 8th fret of the B string, 3rd finger onto the 9th fret of the D string. And then we're going to move that up a whole step. So now we're barring at 9, 2nd fingers on the 10th fret, and 3rd fingers on the 11th fret. Pick that, and then just take those 2 fingers off, and we end there on the 9th. So it's... And then we just come back up to 17 and slide out of it again, and just repeats. All right, and then the last one we're going to look at is a riff from Panama. So that's why I'm using this guitar, because this has actually got a whammy bar dive, and wanted to be able to do that. Now, if you don't have whammy bar, you don't have to. We'll kind of show an alternative way. So for this, we're going to start off, we're going to be doing just this E5, or excuse me, it's actually E major. So first finger is on the 7th fret of the A string, and then 3rd finger is barring the 9th fret of the D, G, and B string. So we rest on 1, and then on the and of 1, we just hit the D, G, and B string. So it's like 1 and 2 and then we pedal just the A string. 1 and 2 and then on the downbeat of 3, we're going to make this into E suspended 4. So we're just going to take our pinky and we're going to pick up the 10th fret of the B string. Everything else stays the same. Back to 2 pedals. And then this B. So when we transition from that, your 3rd finger is here on the 9th fret starting at the D string. So we're just going to keep that there, but roll it up so you're clearing the other 2 strings. And now your 2nd finger will go onto the 8th fret of the G string, and your 1st finger onto the 7th fret of the B string. So we have, that's the first measure. And then starting on the 2nd measure, 1, we have that back to the E chord again. 1 and 2 and 3, the E suspended 4, 1 pedal, and back to that B again. So that's like the first 2 measures. That's like half of the riff. Just like that. Then we're going to, you're supposed to kind of start on that 7 and slide down to the 5th fret, but I rarely do that right. So basically what it is, we're going to take this and we're going to move it down a whole step. So now we do it here. Same shapes, but just a whole step lower. So now I'm 5th fret of the A string with my 1st finger, and my 3rd finger is barring the 7th fret of the D, G, and B string. Then we're doing D suspended 4, so the pinky now picks up the 8th fret of the B string. And then now we have an A, so 7th fret of the 4th string, 6th fret of the G string, and 5th fret of the B string. Then we're just going to hit the B string open and do that dive. And then we end that with the open low E, and then it would just basically repeat. So. right, so if you don't have a a whammy bar, tremolo, whatever you want to call it, when you get to that last, you can just do something like that, like a slide out, or like a pick slide or something. So you could like. All right, so there you have it. 3 more riffs from Van Halen. Not too terribly tough to play, really recognizable. The one that I personally have the hardest time with is Ain't Talking About Love, trying to, to get all of the palm muting, the correct timing, and hitting the correct strings. It's pretty challenging. So if you like this lesson, be sure to give me a thumbs up and leave a comment down below if you have any questions about this or other guitar-related topics. And if you've not already done so, please subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of the content that we upload throughout the week. Well, that is all I have for you today. Thanks for watching and have a great day.